So you have to recognize that place by your own meditation experience. So by staying vigilant, recognize the place. When the breath comes back, it will touch the very same area. So at that time, so start being aware from that particular area. So when the breath is going out, so please be aware that right now my breath it is going out. Don't try to change the breath. Don't try to regulate the breath. Let the breath come naturally. Let the breath go naturally. Your job is just to observe it as it is. So let the inner peacefulness, so inner concentration, inner awareness, inner mindfulness to develop. But let it develop naturally as it is. Just do your job. Don't get attached to all those comfortable phenomena, positive phenomena, which are developing inside you. So they arise because you are doing your practice well. Whenever you stop doing the practice well, whenever you let your craving, right, let your craving play a role, what will happen is you will lose all of it. Therefore, so, uh, so don't get too attached to those things. Let them grow. So just like a tree, so just like a creeper, so let them grow. What you should do is you should so uh, you should keep practicing your own practice. So naturally, those qualities, those positive phenomena, they will keep growing. So therefore, so just keep on observing the normal natural breath and don't try to regulate it. So and focus on the present moment. Whatever the past, whatever things which happened in the past, they have already gone. Whatever things which will happen in the future, so they will happen and that future has not yet come. So right now, what you do is you are trying to pay your entire attention to the present moment with a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, energetic mind. Please keep practicing very active. Every day before we start, I teach you something for your general life to develop as a meditator. So during the last 2 weeks, I taught you about the 5 duties of a husband towards the wife, and then 5 duties of a wife towards the husband, so that a couple can create a peaceful, harmonious, so healthy family background, so marital background, so that so those meditators can convert that so peaceful background, marital background into so practice peacefully. So then you can that can help you to develop in the meditation practice. So today, according to Buddha, so using the teachings of the Buddha, I will teach you in brief. So this is not the time to give you a long description. So very briefly, I will teach you about the duties of parents towards the children. So there are 5 duties, main duties of parents towards the children. So, uh, so if you are already so with the books, so please write these things down. So there are 5 duties mainly. A meditator should. So it is good for a meditator to practice. So fulfill towards the children, so that they can have those parents can have a healthy relationship with the children, successful relationship with the children. and which can pose to grow virtuous, nice children, so who will who will have a great future. So please write them down. Number one. So first duty, according to Buddha, the first duty of a parent is to teach the children what is wrong and to avoid them from wrong actions. So that's the first duty. So the children, since they are small, they don't know what are the right things to be done and what are the wrong things to be done. So as parents, it is your duty to show them what is wrong, right? For an example, so killing beings is wrong. You have to teach them that it is wrong, so that they can learn and they can become harmonious, harmless children in the future. That's an example. And then number two, we have to teach them what is right, and then we have to encourage them to do the right thing. Being kind, being generous, being considerate. So these are qualities that we need to develop as human beings. For an example, so we have to teach the children to practice avoiding wrong actions. So we have to encourage, we have to teach them to practice good actions, and then we have to encourage them to do. Then these are the first two duties of a parent towards the children. Number three is providing a good education. That's third duty of a good meditator, good parent towards the children. Many people think providing a good education is the first thing, not the first two things according to the Buddha too. What I have seen is, so sometimes if someone doesn't know what is right and what is wrong, and if someone cannot live a disciplined life, so understanding, so what is right and what is wrong, then if that person becomes educated, sometimes such kind of people can become dangerous for the society too. So once in Fresno area, so uh, so there was a constant, the police found constant time bombs. So in crash tanks, some of you might already know about that incident. And then even several so city workers who worked for the city, so they got injured because of these bombs. The police finally found out the culprit. So by investigating through a piece of wire that person used to detonate those bombs. So finally they found out the person who did this was a so so was a graduate from Berkeley University with merits. So such kind of things happen. So even though he had the knowledge, he didn't have the understanding of what is right, what is the right thing to do in the world, and what is the wrong thing to do in the world. So therefore, we need the education. We need to provide the education for the children. More than that, we have to teach them what is right and what is wrong, and we have to help them to avoid wrong actions, and we have to encourage them to do good actions so that they will have a harmonious, virtuous, nice life in the future, so that they will won't harm themselves and they won't harm the other people, right? So number 4, so marrying off on time to a suitable partner. So that's number 4. Uh, so whenever they select people for their partners for their life, so it is the duty of parents so to check whether those partners are good or bad for your child, and then after that, so helping them settle down in life with a marriage. So that's also a duty of parents. And number 5, so distributing the family wealth equally among all the children. So that is also important. Sometimes certain parents think, so this child is poor, so I should give more to this child, and then this child is rich, so I should not give that much to so much to this child. Uh, so later on, so even though it may be reasonable in the perspective of parents, but but later on it can also lead to family disputes. Therefore, regardless of the background of children, all the wealth the parents do have, they should share all the family wealth equally with all the children. So that's the 5th duty of parents. So if someone has, if the parents do fulfill these 5 duties towards the children, then they will have a very good bond. They will have a very good bond, and then so that they will have a strong relationship, and so both parents and children, they will have a very peaceful, loving, compassionate life, right? So you can use that so peaceful, loving, and nice background for the development of your meditation. Whenever there is no, whenever you have lesser problems in between you and your children, then it helps you to live with mental peace. And whenever you live with mental peace, um, so when you live with mental peace, whenever you sit for the meditation, so you can easily concentrate, since concentrate on your meditation object without any troubles. And then when your mind gets concentrated, you gain the ability to develop concentration, and then later on you can turn that concentration into turn that concentration into develop so to develop wisdom, and by developing wisdom we can attain real peace, real happiness, nibbana. So everyone, please do so, and not only you should write these things down, these 5 things down. I hope that you will practice this and will develop a very good very good relationship between with your children, right? Now, everyone, please get ready for your silent meditation time. Everyone, please keep your back straight, neck straight, and hip straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm. Let your whole body to relax. Let your whole body to relax from top to bottom and bottom to top. I will pay our sincere respect and gratitude towards Buddha, and after that, let's start today's meditation. Everyone, please concentrate. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Itimiso bhagava araham samma sambuddho Vijjācarane sampanno sugato lokavinu anuttaro purisa dhammasarati sattādeva manusānam buddho padamāti swākāto bhagavata dhammo samnittiko akāniko Ehipasiko panaiko macatan veditamu vinyuhiti Sumani pangno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupani mangno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipangno bhagavato savaka sangho Sami kipani pangno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadidam chattari purisa yugani Ate purisa pugalam Ese bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuniyo ahuniyo Nakiniyo anjali karaniyo Anutteram punyakirtam lokasati sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very active mind, with a mind, a lot of patience. Everyone, please start your meditation. If you are an old student who joined us since January, please practice the second step of our breathing meditation as himself. If you are a new student, as I mentioned earlier, please practice the first step of breathing meditation. Please keep on observing the breath, which is coming in and which is going out. But don't observe beyond the nostrils, beyond the end of your nostrils. So when the breath is coming in, please be fully aware. When it is going out, please be fully aware. Let it come in and go out naturally. If it is long, if it is short, if it is gross, if it is soft, let it be so. Please keep on being aware. And right now, my breath is gross, it is soft now, it is long now, it is short now. So likewise, accordingly, please keep on being aware about your breath. Now everyone, please start your practice. May your meditation be very, very successful. Very, very successful. Everyone, please start your meditation right now. Now, if your legs are paining, you can change your posture. If your legs are not paining, please maintain the same posture. We are going to practice loving kindness meditation in breath. Loving kindness meditation in breath. Now, everyone, let's start spreading loving kindness first towards yourself. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards yourself first. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards our dear parents, towards your dear mother, your father, then your teachers and friends. Your dear mother, your dear father, your teachers, relatives and friends. Me, my dear mom, me, my dear dad, my relatives and friends, teachers and friends, will well, be happy, be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards all. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards our enemies, towards the people in the middle. The people in the middle, that means the people who are not your friends, at the same time who are not your enemies. Neutral people means the people who are in the middle, who don't belong to the friend side or the enemy side. And please spread your loving kindness towards all of them. May all the neutral people be well. May all the neutral people be happy. May all the neutral people be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards all the neutral. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards the enemies. So, So there may be certain people that you don't like. And at the same time, sometimes there may be people who are good into your face, at the same time who don't like you at your back. So please think about all of them. May all my enemies be well. May all my enemies be happy. May all my enemies be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards your enemies. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. Human beings, animals, fish, reptiles, visible beings, invisible beings, all the beings. Think about all the beings and spread your loving kindness. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. All the beings in the world. Bhavito sampe mangalam rakanto sampe tivatam samme buddhanumamine samme dhammanumamine samme sanghanumamine Sada Sutti Bhavang Tutti. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, now you can relax your legs and then open your eyes and please say 3 times, joining your palms together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. This term sadhu, it has its own definitions, so its own meanings according to the occasion that we do it. This is for the knowledge of new students. So if we do it at the beginning, we use it to welcome everybody. And at the middle or at the end, if we do that, that means we thank, we appreciate. So that's what we do by saying 3 times, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma friends, hope you keep practicing the technique well, understanding it properly. Always remember that this is something that you do for yourself. And not only you develop yourself, you help the world. So you help the world calm down, you help the world to develop. So with your own influence and with your own inspiration, with your own example. So we always try to change the world. So by changing the other people, that's something very hard to do. It's better to change ourselves. So change us in a positive way, so that our world, the way you see the world, become better, right? So please keep practicing, and on the sheets that I gave you, so please mark the days that you sit. So do it honestly, and hope all of you checked the progress. So during the month of January, so hope you give so assess yourself. So in a better way, I mean, in a suitable way, so that you might have seen slight progress during the month of January. And when it comes to February, you will see more improvement than the last month. So you will see, when you assess yourself, using the seed that I gave you, right? So, but somehow, please keep on marking them every day, especially the daily meditation chart, right? So during these days, we are learning about the 5 enemies of meditation. So we already learned about 2 things. The first one is, Mr. What? What is the first one?
Addiction to sensual pleasure.
Yes. So the addiction to sensual pleasure. So we learned it, Kama Chand in Pali. We learned it 2 weeks ago. And last week we learned about the aversion to Vyapara. And during this week, we are going to learn about the third enemy of meditation. So, which is called as float and torpor, according to psychological terms. And in simple language, we can call it the laziness. And then in Pali, according to Buddha's words, Thina Mita. Thina Mita. So please write down then, Thina Mita, sloth and torpor. Or if it is difficult for you, please write down it as laziness. Laziness. So addiction to sensual pleasure, it also drags us down. So without letting us go in spiritual practice, meditation practice. And then aversion. So it also drags us down and don't let us develop in meditation practice. And at the same time, the third one, sloth and torpor, laziness, it also drags us down without letting us develop in meditation practice. So here, sloth. Sloth means So sloth means the shrinking nature of the mind. The mind, so Tina Vidya, sloth and torpor, they represent two natures of our mind. So we call it, overall we call it laziness, but it has, according to Buddha, it has two natures. One is the shrinking nature, shrinking nature. And then the second one is mid open, which is called as the freezing nature. Whenever if someone freezes, if someone shrinks, when that person goes to do something, when that person has to do something, then at that time, then at that time, so this shrinking nature happens, this freezing nature happens inside. So when someone has these two natures, so Thina and Mitra, when someone has these two natures, so there are several disadvantages. So there are certain features, so negative features that we can see, that we can notice in that person's behavior. So number one is, so when it comes to meditator, so when that meditator has sloth and torpor, that person stops further practice. That's number one. So that person starts to think, oh, why should I why should I take this much effort to practice this? So thinking so, that person stops the further practice. And then number two, so that person finds no motivation in doing things. So when it comes to to the meditation practice, because of this strong sloth and torpor, that person finds no motivation in doing this meditation practice or any other thing. So when it comes to any other action also, so yeah, so sloth and torpor, it is not limited to the meditation practice. It is also applicable to your day-to-day life. In day-to-day life actions too, whenever you go to start something, if you find that you are lacking motivation in doing that, then you have to understand that so you have overpowered by you are overpowered by this love and torpor. That's why you don't feel any motivation in doing it. And then another action such kind of people do is postponing regularly. For an example, so when it comes to meditation practice, I kindly requested everyone practice the meditation daily. So practice the meditation daily. And then sometimes there are certain people who think, oh, today it is okay, it is fine to miss the meditation today, I will do it tomorrow. But there is something that we don't understand, even though there will be another, so tomorrow, so you won't have this day again. So being diligent, you have to practice on this day. Tomorrow can come, tomorrow may not come too. But sometimes there are people who postpone things regularly. So there are certain people who think, oh, I have time, so I have more than enough time to do this tomorrow, and it is not urgent to, so let me do it tomorrow. So such kind of people, they postpone things, so daily, weekly, monthly, sometimes yearly. So accordingly, they postpone things. And then number four, such kind of people, they fall asleep fast whenever they start to do something. So even the meditation practice, so they fall asleep faster. Why that happens? That happens because it happens so because of sloth and torpor. So uh, so then Buddha teaches about four things that can arouse sloth and torpor. Number one is so inability to find a good motivation to do something. Number two is low energy of the body. Number three, so reluctance. Someone is reluctant to do something. So then that also can arouse and grow sloth and torpor inside us. Number four, extreme consumption of food. That also uh, can arouse sloth and torpor inside us, laziness inside us. So then Buddha so then Buddha teaches us several techniques. So several techniques to encounter, get rid of, to control and get rid of, later on get rid of sloth and torpor. So solution number one is so being moderate in eating. So if we are moderate in eating, then that also can that also can help us. So that also can help us to stay energetic, and so it can help us to save energy, because if we eat too much food, the body needs too much energy to consume. If you eat enough food, then the body only will spend only the enough amount to consume the food, right? Then at the same time, too much, eating too much, so that can make the body drowsy. Then the drowsiness can lead to sleepiness and laziness. And therefore, Buddha taught the meditators to eat, leaving the space for 2 glasses of water, 2 glasses of water without filling the whole stomach, right? So leaving the space for 2 glasses of water. So we have stopped eating, leaving the space at least for 2 glasses of water. And then another way to encounter this laziness is changing the posture. Whenever we feel sleepy, drowsy, or lazy at such times, so we should change our posture. By that way too, we can get rid of the laziness. And then number three, remembering the life. So remembering the life. So remembering the life means, so sometimes at night, not on the due time, prior to that, you feel sleepy. At such times, Buddha asked us to imagine the daytime light. Whenever we imagine the light of daytime, that can help us to stay alert and stay awake, and we can let go the laziness mind. And then fourth one is spending time outside more. So, whenever there's light, so we have to spend as much as time outside. By that way too, we can let go our laziness. So then number 5 is having noble friends. By having noble friends too, that will help us to so let go of early sins. How is that? So whenever you have noble friends, they always teach you, they always advise you. So the importance of being diligent in the practice of dharma, and they always encourage us in practicing dharma. So therefore, uh, they discuss the great benefits that they gain and the others gain by practicing meditation practice. By that way, they encourage you. So when they encourage you, because of that encouragement, you gain the ability to practice ardently, right? So then that will help you to get rid of your laziness. And then, so next one is talking about courageous people. So whenever you have time, if you read about the great courageous, Bantes or great meditators or other courageous people, when you talk about them with the others, then so that can motivate yourself too. So you will start thinking that if they could do such kind of great things, being a human being, I'm also a human being. Why I cannot do? So you will also get motivated. So you will also generate enough courage and determination to practice ardently. And so, in extra to these instructions, so I would like to take through three scientific theories, three psychological theories to encounter laziness. So, if you feel laziness, so especially when it comes to long tasks, you feel laziness. Therefore, when you have long tasks, um, so the same field has shown us some kind of strategy to practice so that it can help us to reach those long-term goals. So without developing lazy, that can help us to manage the time and stay energetic when we do things to reach long-term goals. So so he says, so he asks us to turn the long-term goals into daily small habits. So daily small habits. For an example, if you need to have a very healthy body, so that person has to develop certain daily tasks. For an example, so that person has to develop three healthy habits. Number one, that person has to work out for an hour. That person has to make it a habit. And then number two, that person has to have at least two nutritious meals per day. And then that person has to sleep at least for 8 hours a day. So when that person continues these three things for many days, that will become habit, and because of those habits, so you get tempted to do them, and continuing those habits, you automatically reach finally your long-term goal. And he also instructs us not to discontinue any of those habits more than 2 days. Sometimes occasionally accidents happen, so you won't be able to do things every day, but he asks us not to discontinue any of those habits more than 2 days, because it can break the cycle. And then there is another psychological method that you can use, the biological scheduling method, that can also help you to encounter laziness. So you have to, in this method, you can partition your day into so into periods where, according to the energy level of, when you have more energy, so during that time, assign the more difficult task that you have. And so when you have recognizing the times that you have low energy, assign, so schedule the things, the simple things that you have to do daily. And then there's another method which was introduced by Oliver Bergman, German psychologist. So he introduced a system called 333 system. So 333 in this 333 system, triple three system. So he says, so you have to find 3 hours. So, and during those 3 hours, so you have to schedule, partition your time, working time into 3, and then so on for those so taking 9 hours, we are partition them by 3 hours, and during the first 3 hours, he asks us to do deep. He calls it deep working time. So during those 3 hours, he asks us to do the most important and difficult tasks. And during the next 3 hours, so he asks us to do the quick and urgent tasks. And during the next 3 hours, he asks us to do the daily necessary simple works. So that's how he asks us to schedule our day. Now everyone, so please think. All of you got a lot of knowledge about how to overcome your laziness. So please practice them. Later on, I will give you more knowledge too. Since we have to go for a daan at home, I will stop it here. Now, everyone, please put these theories into practice, and then I hope that you encounter, you suppress, when you win over, you surpass, you be able to suppress your laziness, and finally, so develop in your spiritual practice and gain great insights and concentration. So, with those thoughts, let me conclude. Now, everyone, please think, with all of us gathered here, practice this noble technique of meditation and accumulated a lot of positive energy. By the power of all that positive energy, may all our troubles be away, may all the good things happen to us. Practicing this noble, non-sectarian pure meditation practice, may all of us attain real happiness, Nibbana. With those words, everyone, please let's Abhimadana Sinisar Nityam Vata Pachai Chattaro Dhamma Vadanti Ayuvanno Sukham Balam Ayurarogya Sampatti Sakha Sampatti Mevati Ato Nibbana Sampatti Iminati Samijjatu. May all of you be well. May all of you be happy. May all of you be very, very peaceful. Good night, everyone.